All right, example 2, page 247 from section 5.2. Find Hamiltonian circuits in a weighted graph. So again, your weighted graphs have some type of a weight or measure between two vertices on an edge. The table below lists the distance in miles between 6 popular cities that a particular airline flies to. Suppose a traveler would like to start in Chicago, visit the other 5 cities this airline flies to, and return to Chicago. Find 3 different routes that the traveler could follow and find the total distance flown for each route. So here's the difficulty in this problem. This is the most difficult part, is you're not going to be given that graph. You're going to be given the table. So like we did in section 5.1, you would have to draw this graph. My suggestion to you is to make them big. If you make them small, things get lost. Numbers are hard to squeeze in. Bigger is better in this case, okay? Now, to save time, I'm just going to use what they have here. They did Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Atlanta, and Dallas. I probably would have done something the same. They made a nice hexagon shape, okay? They kind of put them at an equal distance. And then when you go through, Chicago's connected to New York, so there's an edge between Chicago and New York, and now it's labeled. It's labeled 713 miles. And so you go through, and if there's no flight, there's no edge, okay? So there's no flight from New York to Washington, D.C., and so therefore there is no edge between New York and Washington, D.C. So all that they're asking you to do for this problem, number 1 is you have to make a graph. Number 2, you need 3 routes, all starting in Chicago. So we're going to go from, I could go Chicago, Dallas, New York, Atlanta, Washington. Problem. I can't get to Philadelphia. So you got to be a little bit there. Not every single one is going to work. Okay, try again. Now, I noticed these I couldn't get back, so I'm going to go Chicago, Philadelphia first. Chicago, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Dallas, New York, back to Chicago. There's 1. Sometimes it's nice to just draw this shape off on the side or use colored pencils to mark this. Drawing this picture, you end up trying to draw, color, do all kinds of different things. Again, this picture is not going to be in the book. You're going to have to draw this picture. So down at the bottom, they came up with their 3 different routes. They went to Chicago, New York, Dallas, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Chicago, and then you add up all those weights, and then second route and third route.